Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to NHL 19 franchise mode with your Winnipeg Jets. Yes, we are back here again to start the 2020-21 NHL season. Last episode, we went through the 2020 off-season, which included the entry draft and free agency, and we drafted lots of people through the draft picks that we have accumulated over the last season or two. But other than that, we didn't really do a huge amount, especially to the team. The major thing that we did was we traded Adam Lowry away to the New York Islanders in exchange for a 3rd and 4th round pick. But we used that salary cap that we had gained by trading Lowry in order to sign Appleton and Roslovic. And we had like $600,000 to spare from that as well, which was pretty helpful. But other than trading Lowry away, we've managed to keep our entire Stanley Cup winning roster together, which is really good, because that means hopefully we should be able to compete for the Stanley Cup once again. So, hopefully, provided everything goes well, we should have a solid Stanley Cup run again this season. I'm expecting it to be the same. Lowry was only 81 overall. We've got Roslovic and Appleton at 79 and 80 overall, respectively. So, it really wasn't that far away from them, to be honest. However, we do have our first game of the season against the Philadelphia Flyers. You know how we do this. Period by period sim for the first 10 games of the season. But first, let me show you the 2020-2021 Winnipeg Jets. So the first line, Artemi Panarin with Scheifele and Laine. Star line, I quite like it. Then the second line, Kyle Connor with Matt Duchene and Nikolai Ehlers. Third line, Matthew Perreault with Mason Appleton and Nick Petan. Then the fourth line, Nick Kurdils with Jack Roslovic and Brendan Lemieux. Defense, we have Josh Morrissey with Big Buff. We have Jacob Trouba with Tyler Myers and Samuel Morin with Gabriel CARLSSON. Goaltenders, we have Connor Hellebuck with Linus ULLMARK as the backup, who we signed. He's the only free agent that we signed this offseason. And then scratched, we have Christopher Stieg with Joe Morrow and Marco Darno. So those are all of the players that we have on our roster. We've got several decent players in the system. We spent most of last episode sorting out our scouting situation, because if you did watch last episode, the NHL entry draft was very interesting. We didn't really know much about quite a lot of the players, so I hired Jason Chimera as a scout, which was pretty cool. But, I've made sure that they're all in separate places, they're all scouting correctly, and using their strength to our advantage, basically. Wow, Samuel Morin is a leader in the locker room. Right, let's hold a team meeting. I want you to bring your A game. Yes, please. ULLMARK loves it. Let's carry on. So, apart from that, we didn't really do much that last episode. Entry draft, signed one free agent goaltender, spend most of the time doing scouting. So our roster's pretty much intact. Let's see how it does to start the season. So Winnipeg against Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center. So our home opener is until the 6th of October against Vegas. So Wayne Simmons against Mark Scheifele for the opening face-off of our 2020/2021 NHL regular season. First period. Okay, it's a 2-0 lead to Philadelphia. James Van Riemsdyk and Mike Hoffman score on Connor Hellebuck. However, 10 shots to 9 in favour of Winnipeg. Interesting. Second period. Okay, we managed to bring it back. Artemi Panarin scores our first goal of the season, and Gabriel CARLSSON gets his first of the year as well. 17 shots to 16 in favour of Winnipeg. That might be CARLSSON's first NHL goal. I'm not entirely sure. So times I simulate for the third period just because the game's so close. Somebody's got to win. A power play for the Jets. And there you go. Mark Scheifele scores on the power play to break the tie, which is awesome. Good job. Power play for them. Hold them off. Good job, Winnipeg. Let's get that insurance marker, Winnipeg. Why not? You know, I'm feeling an insurance marker, you know. I think it would just put my mind at a little bit of ease. No? Alright, fair enough. We win 3-2. I'll take it. So, first game of the season, 3-2 victory for the Winnipeg Jets. Scheifele with 3 points, Laine with 3 points, and Hoffman with a goal for the third star of the game. Not too bad. So, Scheifele's already leading the team, 3 points in one game, as is Patrick Laine, 3 assists in one game. So here we go, October 6th, 2020. For the first time in Winnipeg Jets franchise history, they will be raising the Stanley Cup banner, taking the Stanley Cup one more lap round the Bell MTS Place ice for all the fans to see. As the banner is raised, we have to look towards this season now, ladies and gents, not last year. So let's do it. Winnipeg against Vegas. Let's see if we can, in our home opener, take the victory. Roslovic against Grant for the opening face-off. First period. Okay, it's a 1-1 game. Shea Theodore opens the scoring, but Matt Duchene ties it up with just under 5 minutes left in the first period. 8 shots to 7 in favour of Vegas. Second period. Okay, it's a 2-1 lead to Winnipeg. Curdle scores on backer. 23 shots to 20 in favour of Winnipeg. Okay, we're going to go times 8 simulation because it's a close score. Usually if it's like a 2 or 3 goal differential, I'll simulate the third period exactly. But if it's only a 1 goal differential, then I'm kind of like, yeah, we should probably times 8, see what goes on. So as the period starts to come to an end, looks like Winnipeg... There you go, Jack Roslovic gets the insurance marker. Belmar manages to get one on ULLMARK late, but that's not enough as the Winnipeg Jets take a 3-2 victory. Awesome, I don't want to see Vegas' stats, my bad. Oh yeah, of course, Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall was a big free agent asking for over $11 million a season. That looked like, if I just glance there quickly, he's now part of the Vegas Golden Knights. So Connor Hellebuck, 24 saves on 25 shots. Curdle's 2 points and Roslovic. So our bottom 6 really shined in that game. Good. See, we've got to have a situation where if the top 6 are getting shut down, the bottom 6 have got to score the goals. And if the bottom 6 are struggling a little bit, then the top 6 have to come and score all the goals, you know? We've got to have that balance in our lineup. They've got to look out for each other. So, game number 3 of the season against the Colorado Avalanche. We're currently undefeated so far this year. Let's keep it that way, boys. So, Matt Duchene against his old team in a face-off versus JT Compher. Come on, boys. First period. Okay, it's a 1-0 lead to Winnipeg. Artemi Panarin, the bread man, scores on Philip Grubauer. 16 shots to 6 in favour of Winnipeg, almost tripling them on shots. Wow, good job, boys. Second period. Okay, it's a 1-1 game. Nathan MacKinnon manages to score on ULLMARK. So our backup goaltender is in net today. 27 shots to 15 in favour of Winnipeg, though. Times 8 simulate the third period. And a power play goal for Nathan MacKinnon by the looks of it. His second goal of the game. Come on, Winnipeg. Tie this up, boys. You know you want to. Let's not take a regulation loss now. MacKinnon, did you have to get the hat-trick? Really? Did you have to? That's annoying. You annoy me, Nathan MacKinnon. Just in this game, like, in real life, you're actually pretty awesome. Come on. And the Winnipeg Jets take a 3-1 loss to the Colorado Avalanche. It's our first regulation loss. MacKinnon with a hat-trick, Grubauer with 38 saves, and Rantanen. Okay. So, game number 4. We're going up against the Flyers again. We beat them in the Wells Fargo Centre. Let's see if we can beat them at home as well. 2-1-0 in our first 3 games. They are 1-1-0 in their first 2. Let's go 3-1-0, shall we, boys? Let's do it. Here we go. Game number 4 of the season. 4 points for Mark Scheifele in 3 games. Nolan Patrick against Matt Duchene for the opening face-off. First period. Okay, it's a 2-0 lead to Winnipeg. Brendan Lemieux and Nikolai Ehlers score on Brian Elliott. 2 goals in the last 5 minutes of the period as well. Great. Almost doubling them up on shots. 13 shots to 7 as well. Good. Second period. Okay, it's a 3-0 lead to us. Nick Patan, who we signed late in the off-season because we weren't sure if we were going to have the money for him. He gets his first of the season. Good job, bud. And third period. There you go. A 4-0 victory. Curdles gets it. The bottom 6 shine again. Wow, this top 6 really aren't scoring that many goals. I say that. Scheifele is a point per game. But the bottom 6 are really coming up with these clutch goals. So 3-1-0 in our first 4 games of the season. Game number 5 against the 2-1-0 St. Louis Blues. We are at home. Let's do this. Why waste any time, ladies and gents? Braden Shen against Matthew Perreault for the opening face-off. First period. Okay, it's a 2-0 lead to Winnipeg. Jacob Trouba and Tyler Myers, the 2 second-pair defensemen, managed to notch a couple of goals. 14 shots to 4 in favour of Winnipeg. We're over-tripling them on shots after the first period. Good job, boys. Second period. Okay, no score after the second. 21 shots to 19. They managed to get a lot of shots in that second period. And third period. Managed to hold on. Another shutout. Artemi Panarin gets the 3rd goal of the game. 3-0 victory there for the Winnipeg Jets. We've not allowed a goal for 2 full games. That's awesome. Kyle Wood has been placed on waivers. What does he look like? He is supposedly 77 overall, 22. No, I'm good, thanks. I've got plenty of defensemen like that. So 5 points in 5 games for Mark Scheifele. We're 4-1-0 to start the season, which is great. Got another game against the Vegas Golden Knights. Let's do this, boys. We beat them at home in our home opener. Let's see if we can do it again. Cody Glass against Matt Duchene for the opening face-off. Come on, boys. First period. Okay, no score after the first. 13 shots to 4, though, in favour of Winnipeg. We're quadrupling them on shots. Wow. We should have scored a goal. Second period. Okay, it's a 1-0 lead to Vegas. Jonathan Marchessault scores on Connor Hellebuck. 23 shots to 17 in favour of Vegas. Times 8 simulate the third. Come on, Winnipeg. Let's tie this game up, boys. First line, you need to get something going here, fellas. Power play. Can't score on the power play. That's rough. Come on, Winnipeg. Let's score a goal, please. No, Cody Glass scores to give the insurance marker. And it looks like the Winnipeg Jets are going to lose this game. They shut out their 2 previous opponents, but this time they get shut out. A 2-0 victory for Vegas. Our top 6 aren't scoring enough goals. I mean, Scheifele's got 5 points in 6 games, but they're not scoring enough goals. Panarin's scoring a few, which is fine. Patrick Laine has been all but silent. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap Laine with Nikolai Ehlers. See if that makes any difference. It helped in the playoffs last year. So let's see if that will make any difference now. So, against the LA Kings for game number 7 of the season. We are 4-2-0. They are 4-1-0. Let's do this, boys. Come on, let's beat the Kings. Here we go. So, at the Staples Center, Iafallo against Scheifele for the opening face-off. First period. Okay, it is a 3-1 game. Ehlers, Patan, and Appleton. So, Ehlers gets a goal on that first line. Good job. However, Jeff Carter breaks the shutout. 3 goals on 12 shots for the Winnipeg Jets, though. So, that's pretty good. Second period. Okay, 4-1 lead. Appleton gets his second of the game. And third period. There you go. A 4-1 victory for the Winnipeg Jets over the LA Kings. Good job. Appleton with a pair of goals. Perreault with 3 assists. Connor Hellebuck, 21 saves on the night. Good job. I'm pretty happy with that. So we go to Anaheim come to visit us with a record of 1-5-0. Wow, that's rough. Central Scouting. We'll take a look at that later. So we're 5-2-0 in our first 7 games of the season. We're only 4 points back from first place, but we have only 1 game in hand. Colorado have had a great start to the season. So, the 1-5-0 Anaheim Ducks, they're a team that are desperate to win. Let's make sure that we take it from them. Scheifele against Raquel for the opening face-off. Come on, boys. First period. Okay, it's a 1-1 game. Scheifele opens the scoring, but Corey Perry scores on ULLMARK. 16 shots to 6, though, in favour of Winnipeg. We are a very high-shooting team, and I like that. Second period. Okay, no score after the second. 24 shots to 10 in favour of Winnipeg. Times 8 simulate the third. Somebody needs to score a goal here to win the game for either team. And Dach scores on ULLMARK. Thanks, Dach. I kind of wanted us to score. Score. Oh, come on, Winnipeg. I asked you nicely. Another power play. Come on. Oh, Winnipeg, you had 2 straight power plays and you didn't score? Oh, come on, Winnipeg. A 2-1 loss against the Anaheim Ducks. A team that was desperate to win, and their desperation managed to outbeat our skill. So, 5-3-0 in our first 8 games. Game number 9 of the season against the New York Rangers. They're 3-3-0, so they're playing 500 at the moment. Let's make them play under 500. The only time I'll allow it is when I'm playing franchise mode, not with them. So, Roslovic against Thornton for the... Joe Thornton's with the New York Rangers? What? First period. Okay, 1-0. Joe Thornton scores on Connor Hellebuck. The player picture needs to be a little bit different there. NHL 19. He's kind of shaved his beard now. 7 shots apiece at the end of the first period. Second period. Okay, it's a 2-0 lead to the Rangers. Brady Shea scores the insurance marker. 21 shots to 16 in favour of the Rangers at the end of the second period. A power play. Winnipeg, you've got to score on that. Thank you, Artemi Panarin. And there you go, Kyle Connor. Tie the game up. Wow, 2 goals in 33 seconds. Come on, Winnipeg. We've got to win this game now, fellas. Come on, get this tie-breaking goal, Jets. Power play for the Rangers. Don't let them score. Yay, don't let them score. Come on, Winnipeg. Come on, Winnipeg. Okay, so we're going to overtime. So, 28 shots to 26 in favour of Winnipeg at the end of regulation. A good stretch of 33 seconds manages to mean we tie this game against the New York Rangers. Can we steal that extra point from them in OT? Let's find out. Overtime! Nobody scores in overtime. 31 shots to 28 in favour of Winnipeg. Let's steal it from them in the shootout then. Shootout! And we lose. The New York Rangers win. Nemesnikov and Shattenkirk with the 2 shootout goals. Okay, we were 2-0 down. We managed to get a point from it. So, it's not the best. Not the worst. I won't complain. 5-3-1 to start the year. 11 points on the season. We're keeping pace with some of the other top teams in our division. Wow, the difference between 3rd and 4th and 5th is already 5 points. That's crazy. So, the LA Kings. We've got to beat them. We need this win. We need this win. We need to have 13 points in our first 10 games of the season. 6-3-1 would be a great start. Appleton against Kempe for the opening face-off. First period. Okay, it's a 1-0 lead to Winnipeg. Mark Scheifele scores on Jonathan Quick. However, they're overdoubling us up on shots, 13-6. Second period. Okay, they managed to tie the game. Michael Frolik scores on Connor Hellebuck. 24 shots to 17 at the end of the second in favour of the Kings. Times 8 simulate the third period. Power play chance there. Another power play chance. There you go, Nikolai Ehlers. Good job, bud. It's exactly what we needed there, son. Well played. Okay, so as the clock continues to wind down, we're going into the final 5 minutes. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad indeed. And there you go. Empty netter for Nikolai Ehlers. 2 goals in the game for him. Not too bad. 3-1 victory. Ehlers with 3 points. Hellebuck 29 saves. And Scheifele with a pair of points. Good job. Our top line manages to just about get us through that. Brendan Lemieux has been injured until October 30th. Bring in one of our 4th line wingers. So, at the end of our first 10 games of the season, we have a record of 6 wins, 3 losses, and 1 overtime or shootout loss. Well, 1 shootout loss to be exact. We're only 3 points back from the top 2 places in our division. Interesting. So, let's sim through the next 10 games of the season via the calendar and see where we're at after our first 20 games. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, we're up to a home game against the Chicago Blackhawks. We start with home against San Jose and we get shut out 2-0. Okay, that's rough. Let's go best lines for Winnipeg for now. Away against Boston, we take a 2-1 shootout loss. Okay, so the Ottawa Senators want to offer us 2 third-round picks for Niku and a 3rd rounder. No, thank you. I'm good, thanks. Okay, home against Detroit. Not quite sure what the situation was there. I think we lost in overtime, maybe. Away against Minnesota. It was a good year for rookies. A 1-0 loss. Wow, why are we losing so many games, fellas? We're 7-5-2 so far this season. Away against Nashville, a 3-1 loss. They've won 3 games this season. Away against Calgary, good, a 3-2 win. Then a 4-2 loss against Anaheim. Wow. A shootout loss against Edmonton. A home game against Vancouver. A 6-4 loss. Wow, what's happening here? Then a 3-1 shutout win against Boston. That's good. But we're going 9-8-3 in our first 20 games of the season. Wow, this is we're 5th place in our division. I mean, 1 win would take us back up to 3rd, but there's already, 7 points from 5th and 6th place. So we're trying to fight for a wild card spot. We're not that far off one, to be fair. 14 points in 20 games for Patrik Laine. This point production is just not good enough. Our team is having a down year. They're obviously feeling the effects of a long summer, because this isn't going very well. I'm going to put Ehlers back on the first line. See if that makes any sort of difference whatsoever. Laine's only scored 5 goals in his first 20 games of the season. They are feeling a Stanley Cup hangover, ladies and gents. So let's go to halfway through the season, so we need to play another 21 games. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. Is that it? Let me just double check. I might have got that wrong. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. So yeah, we're going up to away against the Tampa Bay Lightning. We start with a home game against Chicago, and the result is an overtime win. I'll take the 2 points. Nope, I'm not interested in that trade, thank you. Then we are away against the Chicago Blackhawks and another overtime win. Wow, okay. Home against Calgary, can we get a win here? No, a 7-3 loss. Wow. Home against Minnesota, good, a 4-3 win. Home against Edmonton, a 4-1 loss. Home against Dallas, a shootout win. Okay, I'll take the 2 points. Then home against the Florida Panthers. Can we take the win here? That would be really helpful. December 1st, yep, it's not a problem. Come on. 5-4 loss. Oh, wow. This is really not going very well for our team at the moment. Patrik Laine. I'm not getting the ice time I feel I deserve. You need to go out there and give me no choice to give you more. You've played like shit so far, Laine. Like, come on, mate. Okay, now I've got away against the Arizona Coyotes. Come on, boys. Get a win here. A shootout win. Wow, got so many shootout wins. Away against Vegas. Nikolai Ehlers is injured. That's a pain. Central Scouting. Away against Vegas. A shootout loss. Okay, so 3 of a possible 4 points there. Tyler Myers is injured. So if it wasn't bad enough that we're losing loads of games, now our players are starting to get injured. Great. Home against Toronto, we get shut out 3-0. Home against Arizona, Ehlers is back, that's good. Home against Arizona, we take a 3-1 win, good. Tyler Myers is back, thank goodness. Home against the New York Rangers, a 4-0 victory, good. 1 goal allowed in our last 2 games. Away against Toronto, they're a tough team, we lose 3-2. Then a 6-3 win against Dallas, a divisional opponent, good. Away against Washington, a 5-3 win. Away against Detroit, can we get a win here? Nope, a 2-1 loss. Wow. Okay. Home against Nashville, we need a win here, boys. Home against Nashville, good, a 2-1 win. Good. Home against Pittsburgh, We get a 6-2 win. Good. Away against Columbus. If we could get a win here, that would be great. Gabriel CARLSSON's injured. Luckily, we have a defenseman to replace him. A 5-1 loss against Columbus. Then a 3-1 loss against Washington. And our last game of the simulation is against the Montreal Canadiens. And a 1-0 win. Okay. So, halfway through the season, we have a record of 21 wins, 16 losses, and 4 overtime or shootout losses. It's a better second half. Like, as you can see, Patrik Laine, he's getting some more points on the board. However, we're only 3 points back from second place in our division. That's the good thing. We're 10 points ahead of 5th, which is very helpful. Anaheim has the other wildcard spot of 50, so we've got the second wildcard spot. We had a better stretch there. We're 6-4-0 in our last 10 games of the season. We really need to keep up the winning pace, though. We can't lose that many games, because otherwise we're going to miss out on the playoffs. Luckily, we're above 500 by 5 games, not including overtime losses and everything. We just need to keep stringing together some wins at this point. Let's hold a team meeting before the end of this episode. Some of our players just aren't producing. See, Roslovic's up at an 81 and Appleton's up at an 80. So we've already replaced Adam Lowry. But by the looks of it, Adam Lowry seems to be the player that's the difference maker between us being a wildcard team or a division champion team. So we're going to need to have a really good second half of the season if we're even thinking about trying to win the division. At the moment, I'm trying to think about making the playoffs. That's the main aim so far for this team. I think we can do it. We just need to string together some more wins in next episode. So yes, I'm going to end this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.